I am still pumped and excited with the Revuenon-Autofocus vintage lens that I have discovered, and that make me to think of a project that is really cool. Meaning that this lens, the Revuenon-Autofocus, has a motorized focusing that now I am able to control from a distance but wired. So I have here the switches, and with this one I can control the focus. So now I have the focus on me, then I can focus on this cable, right? And then I can again have the focusing on me, and like this. And this is really cool. And I wanted to develop, and I'm developing this possibility. So right now I'm just waiting for the spare parts to make this focusing system be available remotely and wireless, so that I don't need this kind of wires to the camera. So I will have only a remote control, and with the remote control I will be able to do focusing from a distance. And this is, I'm really waiting for the spare parts, but I think I will have it only next year in 2025, in the beginning of January. But meanwhile, I made another order for this one. Let me just show you. Probably, a majority of you should know what is this. So this is a remote control, but it's working with infrared. And with this remote control, this is the RC6 for Canon. So with this one, normally I am able to control the start and the stop recording, video recording. And it's working quite nicely, but it's with the infrared technology, meaning that, for example, right now, as I have my Revuenon, which is actually, it's quite a big, lens with the focusing system. It covers the ER, so the infrared. So if I'm starting to start or stop like this, it's just not working. So now the second project will go with this, focusing system to make it available remotely, is to make this one also be able to use it remotely. That means that this part I have to attach close to the camera, and then I need another system, a remote controller that will control the source, the current, the electricity. So I will not, I will be able to activate, so start and stop recording wirelessly, remotely, from a distance. And this project also is quite, interesting. And hopefully I will be able to make it work. In order to shoot this sequence, for example, I had to start the recording button from the camera, come here. It is awesome that now I could, focus on myself. Search the focusing, right? And to be able to focus on myself, but I was already recording. So it would have been nicer to come in the front of the camera, focus on myself. Just make the focusing, right? I'm focused on myself, and then hit the start recording button. And this is where the project develops. So once I have the possibility to do the focusing from a distance, secondly, it will be interesting to do the same thing, to be able to start and stop recording from distance. And yeah, so I'm waiting the parts for this project. And meanwhile, I will think how to make this one to work, to be able to use it from a distance and be reliable, because infrared technology is just ancient. I have to be always careful to have the infrared frequency and visibility open. If something is covering, then infrared will not pass through, so it's not working. This is why this one has to be always close to the camera and have another part that will start this system. So there's two systems that has to be fusioned somehow, but I'm thinking on it. And lastly, but not last, I want to show you a little bit of sequence. I just played around. I wanted to see what having a remote controlled, wired remote controlled focus can help a shooter to create some footages. So without further ado, I invite you to watch some clips that I have made with the help of the Revuenon-Autofocus controlled wires, but from a distance. Have a nice watch.